You're listening to Lyfe and Shyt. I'm Daneyel Walker.
And I'm Tommy Walker.
Join us as we talk about our journey overcoming fears, boundaries, marriage, family, lifestyle, business, and whatever other shit you can think of.
We're individuals that came together to create one unit with one mind and one goal. What's up, baby?
What's up, baby? How are you?
Another beautiful day in paradise. I am outstanding.
Beautiful day. Yes.
How you feeling?
What's up. I feel amazing. I had a really bad headache this morning. It's like one of those that you wake up with. Like every time I turn my head when I was asleep, my head hurt. And I turn it the other way. Like I literally woke up with a headache this morning, and I went through my first meetings with the headache. And then when I got with the I would say one of the most not complex of the meetings, my headache went away. It was weird. It was when I had to do the most thinking, and my headache when I thought for sure like this is gonna be horrible, you know, and it went away, and I was like, oh, like I don't know. I'm grateful, but yeah.
That's interesting because you did say this morning while we was meditating, you're like, oh, my head is hurting.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
well, but the whole time, like through meditation, no headache. Instantly, as soon as we got out of meditation, headache came back. So definitely tension, definitely. In meditation, I didn't think of it, but I just don't understand why it went away when it came time to think the hardest. And I was like, for sure, this is going to be horrible.
That's a trip about headaches. Like headaches are, you know, they come in, and especially for us, like they're pretty random. They come in, they disrupt our entire fucking day, and then they go away during the times where we're like, all right, I'm gonna fucking just push through this shit because I really gotta focus. And then all of a sudden it just disappears. Yeah. And that's pretty fucking dope.
Yeah.
The other part of headaches is they typically go away when you're having sex.
It's true. But they come back like meditation afterwards. It's because you're relaxed, right? You're not thinking of it.
Exactly. So if you do have a headache, try having sex and see if it goes away. And if it doesn't, like it goes away and then it comes back, then you probably should take some Tylenol.
Yeah, and remember too, it's in the crown chakra, right? So yeah, it's got to be very, very thoughtful of what you're allowing to bring into your mind, right? The things that you're allowing yourself to consume, the people who you're allowing to come into your space, as maybe they're draining you. I definitely felt as if there was a hole in my energy field, and it started last night.
1,000%.
And it ended. It still was this hole. Like I felt high. It was weird. I felt like, you know, weird, but instantly went away. So I'm grateful for that.
No, you had a lot of you went through a lot of shit yesterday. I mean, you didn't want to fully disclose everything, but I seen it on your face, and you wore it like a goddamn suit.
Yeah, I did.
You're wearing that suit right now. Looking pretty goddamn good.
Thank you, baby. Thank you. But not wearing that.
So I'm glad you was able to shake that shit off your shoulder.
Yeah, thank you, baby. Thank you.
So, all right, let me ask you this. When's the last time you did some Facebook shopping? Or do you consider yourself a Facebook shopper? Like, are you a social media consumer?
Okay, so I would say yes and no, right? There's certain things that you see on Facebook and it's like,
Hold up. First of all, I'm going to stop you right there because you can't say yes
and no.
That's
well, because it's not
short
like,
and tall.
You're right. Okay, so it's not like I say, I want to go shopping, so I'm going to go to Facebook, right? It's not that, right? So I'm just trolling through and see something and it's like, oh shit, that's cute. Let me see. And then I'll click it. So has that gone to a purchase before? Yes. But is it often? No. But have I found some kind of cool brands from that? Yes. Okay. So from there, now I won't go to Facebook for it, but I will go to the brand.
So I'm not going to say you found some cool brands, but you found some stuff.
Which I think are pretty cool brands, to be honest. Who's talking about my cool suit?
Yeah. but you're, to your point, you're absolutely right. You don't just say, all right, I'm going shopping today. Let me go hop on Facebook.
Right. Yeah.
And do my shopping. Because in real shit, if you look at how much time, we as human beings spend on social media, and the youngest spending the most time, of course. Like if between ages 16 and 24, they spend almost 6 hours a day.
Damn.
on social media.
That's crazy.
If you're between 16 is when you could start working. So if you could spend 6 hours on social media, you need to go get a job.
It's just consuming a lot of your brain. You are not lying.
Yeah, that consumption is crazy.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like for me, Facebook shopping is like infomercial shopping. It's like if I'm up 2 o'clock in the morning and I see the sharp knives, which I've done, or the new grill, I'm like,
what is this, babe?
You know what? I think I'm gonna get one for my wife and her mother. And I have done that.
And he did. Yeah, it's so true. Hey, so we're talking today about the social consumers, the social consumer of just the social sites, how long you're on it, and then what you consume once you're on the social site, right? So it's like a social consumer is someone who like uses social media to buy things, right? So it's like I gave you this analogy. It's like you have this toy and you're like, hey, look at my toy. Should I buy this toy, right? It's like taking like this whole entire world that's on your social platform to the store with you and saying, look, everybody, I'm going to buy this. What do you think about it? You know? And then they could help you either purchase it or not purchase it, or say this looks good or not. You're taking all their opinions. And then from that, someone's going to say, damn, I like that too. And another thing I said, the Joneses has always been a thing. Everybody wants to be like the Joneses, but now the Joneses is everywhere. The Joneses is all over. The Joneses is they've turned into the Walkers, the Mitchells,
the Taylors.
Yeah, everybody's a Jones. Everybody wants to be like someone. And nowadays when you're able to buy something and kind of show it off or ask a public opinion about it, then you're inviting people into your consumption.
And that's a trip, how when you look at the evolution of social media. Because I remember the first time we ever heard about it, we was in Dominican Republic.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we was in the Dominican Republic on a honeymoon.
Yep.
And so we just got married.
Yep. And it was some kids who were actually out there on a doctor's program, to be doctors from America.
And it was like, yo, we took some pictures. We was hanging out. It was dope. They was like, yo, you on Facebook? And I was like, what is that? And of course, they looked at me. You don't know Facebook?
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I know Black Planet. Like that's like that was the extent of my social media. And then and like originally it was just all about connecting, right? Right. It was an opportunity for us to connect with people from all walks of life, no matter where we met. And then, we get together on social media to try and keep up with each other. But now we're purchasing, we're buying, we're dropping reviews. Like somebody could tell me today, like, yo, what can I help you with? What's the one thing that I can help you with? And you know what the first thing I would honestly say is, yo, leave me a 5-star review on social media. Like, cause the shit matters.
Yes. Reviews really do matter. That is so true.
It's a fucking trip. Like what we worry about today.
Yeah, that's true. And a lot of things too that, a lot of different ways that social media and social consumption is important and changing is that nowadays we want to buy things that is socially conscious as well. So we would rather choose a brand like Tom's is one I know off the top, where if you buy that brand, then they actually make another or you buy a pair for someone else who is less fortunate, right? And now social media gives everybody that opportunity to search out and look for those types of brands, right? Most moms and millennials actually look for that type of social type of consumption.
So I feel like that's a healthy consumption of social media. Now, the unhealthy consumption of it is how, where you look at it and now you're judging yourself and you're judging your life based off of how people are living. It's like, yo, and the crazy thing is how the algorithm works, right? And because we had this conversation because you just bought something and then all of a sudden your algorithm changed.
Yeah, that's so true.
And it's a trip to me how, one click or something, and then all of a sudden that becomes in your line of sight, and it's there. Now it don't change. Because I remember something came up. Like I tried to figure out the origin of why all these different little things came up in my algorithm. And I think it was because when I bought you those Giants tights, right? So I wasn't looking to buy anything for Daneyel, but something came up and it had something to do with the New York Giants, right? So of course that's part of my algorithm because I'm a New York fan. And then of course, if something comes up and it's pretty cool, and I was like, oh, I'll get that for my wife. And I bought it right there on the spot. And then all of a sudden, all this other shit, very similar, started popping up. And then all of a sudden, I just had this bug to be like, oh, I could just continually buy things for my wife right off of fucking Facebook.
I love that bug. I was getting all kind of stuff like, what is this, man?
Yeah, I had to kill that bug. Like, I just stomped that motherfucker like a roach because it was getting crazy.
What is this I got? Like, oh, I got you this. I'm like, what?
Super random shit all the time. Oh, I'm buying this. I got this. I think you look great in this.
I loved it. I love that. I want that book to come back. But you're right. Like I ordered, and you talk about ordering things online, and just even, doing it socially or just like online shopping is amazing to me now too, because I'll buy $200 worth of clothes, couple of candles, and then a sink for my bathroom, like all online, right? And the trip is later on I'll see that sink or variations of the sink on my Facebook thread, and I'm like, well, how did they know? And it's the same exact brand, and this isn't a popular brand, this is a private brand like that. I mean, I had to search out to find, so how did they find me? So that's crazy. It's crazy how that works.
And it's one thing about America, it's like we are consumers.
Yeah.
Like 1,000%. Like everything about America is about consumption. And, nowadays, if you look up social consumer, they call a social consumer savvy. It's like, oh, you're savvy based off of, because I don't know why. Are you woke?
Yeah, no, it makes sense because social media it definitely impacts the consumer's behavior, right? So now product discovery, but like before you had to go to the store or we had to wait for a commercial to be made. You know what I mean? Like we don't have to do that anymore. Now we can discover new products just by being on our Facebook or on our Instagram or whatever, and a friend happens to show us or go in and it's like, oh shit, like I would have never seen that. I would have never discovered that. Not even just products, but movies, music, different types of genres. It's like, oh, where'd you learn about that? Facebook. What? It's like, shoot. So different ways definitely to consume it.
And one of my favorite things is Facebook told me.
Informate the tea. That's the gossip, right?
How'd you know about that? Facebook told me. And that's talking from someone who might be considered older because I reference Facebook because you got all this other new content, on different social media platforms.
That's so funny.
TikTok might be banned. It's great, and they're trying to keep up with this shit.
Yeah.
So Facebook's so gangster. I remember when Instagram came out and Instagram was doing their thing for a while, and then Facebook said we're gonna buy you, right? So now Instagram, Facebook, and then you got Snapchat. Never caught up with Snapchat. I tried. It just went way too fast.
And then another cool thing about your product discovery on Facebook or Instagram is now you have a shop, right? So bona fide, you have your store on Facebook, and people can go right to your Facebook and to your store and order products right from there. You know what I mean? Like that's phenomenal.
So we make social media right now look like it's so easy and so chill. And I get upset. I get upset where people feel like they either you're looking at social media and then you could all of a sudden you got this bias about people, or you have this sense of jealousy, then there's excessiveness because now you got anxiety or depression and lonely, all because of how much content you're consuming on social media. So it's not just about purchasing, right? Because social media is now this platform to where we could go out and buy from our favorite store, like finding out about Actively Black. Like I would have never known about Actively Black had it not been for social media.
Yeah.
Now I'm a customer.
Actively shopping there.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I love it, right?
Yeah.
And again, back
great
to
product too.
Yeah, and then what they're about and what they do and how much money they put back into the community. Yeah. It's it's a lot of different good things about it. And then the other part of how much social media has fucking destroyed people. You know what I mean? And that's the other thing is like controlling the narrative and controlling your algorithm. Is like there's one thing to go on there and say, oh, this is pretty cool, I want to take advantage of it, but look at what else is in that algorithm. What else is popping up? Because we rely on these algorithms so much now. It even goes over to what we watch and what we what we call our entertainment.
Yeah, I know, that's real. That is real. it's a trip because it's true. Everything is kind of changed, and everything is influenced by what we see on social media and what people are recommending and what people are buying. And like you said, it's either from even the school or place to go, or like now it's like an event, like, oh, you should go to this event. It's like there's so much influence and so much to consume. But for small businesses and people who are putting products out, it's a great platform. And social consumers are the people that they're going towards. And this like generated, user generated content is also amazing, right? Because now people are, as like Lil Wayne says, his bitches brag.
You love that line.
He don't have to brag, right? So that's what you see it's people bragging on your content or your products and what you have, right? And them, and feeling good about it, and other people seeing it and wanting it as well.
So let me ask you this: do you engage with the people, like the companies that you buy from? Mm-hmm. Like, do you comment on different things, or do you say, oh, I just got this, I love it, or I just got this, I hate it? Like, do you engage?
No, I don't have time, and if I did, I would. I would, and I absolutely damn should. You know what I mean? And I see people as I'll buy the boxes and, open them up and be like, oh, like, damn, I should have took a picture of the whole process. Or I'll take a picture of the whole process, but then I won't post it. You know what I mean? So that's just me and my time, and then how I do social media. And then there's another thing too, like you said, I don't want to brag, or I don't want to appear to be this or that or whatever. So I just want to be like regular, and I don't have to show everybody everything on social media, because I don't want to be the walkers, right? I don't want people to aspire to be something that's not real, or that they're taking their self, and thinking of it, making it like, no, it's not, that's not me.
But does it make you feel, from a customer perspective, do you feel like you're more connected to the brand if you're engaging with them on social media?
I don't know. I'd have to get engaged. How about you? Do you?
No, I don't. I have zero desires. Zero desires. But and the reason why I asked is because you was, I remember when we first got together, Daneyel was an avid Levi's consumer.
I still am.
Yes.
I love my Levi's.
Yeah, like so when I think about Levi's,
they make my booty look good.
That and the swap meet pants that you used to get.
Swap meet pants make your booty look good too. It's like the jeggings. It's like make your it does this little tight up thing.
I'm glad you don't do that anymore. A couple washes and that was
that's
it.
Okay. That's why you don't spend a lot of money on them. You look good when you wear them.
So if I think about how how you really love Levi, mm-hmm. and now Levi's on social media, mm-hmm. and you say, Levi, I love you so much. Look at the new pants that I got. Thanks for creating this, making my booty look good. Like, you have zero desire to do that.
Yeah, no, I don't.
But that's what social media created, that opportunity to engage with the company. Because mm-hmm. you said, it was like, oh, you don't have to wait for a commercial. You don't have to wait for this.
Right. And I wouldn't have seen those new Levi's.
Nah, and you made a good point. Like, we was talking about this over the last couple of weeks, about how people leave comments about small businesses mm-hmm. on social media. Mm-hmm. And that comment on social media will destroy a small business, mm-hmm. right? But then your reference was Popeyes, which was hilarious. Yeah,
because it's true. If you leave a comment on Popeyes, it gets lost in the storm, like in the sea of comments, and no one cares. Everybody just knows that they love that chicken from Popeyes. You know what I mean? Like, that's all.
The fucking jingle. Everybody loves the jingle, right?
It doesn't matter. It's like, oh, Popeyes is this, Popeyes is that. But I mean, one thing they are is consistent. They got good chicken, and they've had enough good chicken to kind of blur the bad chicken ways. Like, you didn't have wings. You know what I mean? Like, you've gone a couple of times, you don't have wings in your chicken space. Come on.
Now you're speaking from experience.
Yeah.
Danielle's not just making this up. Like, back in the days, we used to live in San Diego. There's an area, East County, called El Cajon. We used to live out there, and we would go to the Popeyes back in our earlier days, mm-hmm. When we was
Sounds
able to.
Good now. I'm hungry. We haven't had Popeyes in a long time.
That's for a reason. So we used to go there, and we'd be like, "Yo, can we get the wings?" And the motherfuckers would be saying, "Yo, we're out of wings." It's like, how you a chicken joint? You're out of wings. Like McDonald's running out of burgers. So if we would have went on social media and be like, "Yo, these motherfuckers ran out of wings," it wouldn't have done nothing.
That's true
for them. But then, our, of course, those that know, we own a cafe. We have different businesses, and people will say things. So that goes to the point of is every message, every comment, is it always in the benefit, or is it seeking out to destroy you?
No, that's a great point. But you know what? It's like one of the, like, even the most like dazzling and like high budgeted like television ads aren't as authentic as a post, either Facebook, Instagram, wherever, TikTok. It's authentic. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, if somebody is not is unpleased with the product, they're authentic, because if they actually took the time to get online and do and say or whatever, then they meant it. Now, is there trolls? Yes, there's people that have way too much time on their hands and they probably go out and say blah blah blah. But the ones that big up the product, and the ones that that's super authentic as well. And I think that's what matters, is that's the authenticity that they have.
Yeah, and I would hope that that's what it is, right? Because we've put content out, and people have said negative things about the content and never even been to the cafe.
But we've had way more positive.
1,000%.
Yeah, so I to me, it doesn't even matter. The negative content or comments, like, it's just funny to me. It's just like, really? And then there's usually from people who have never came to the cafe or never came to the shop, or, you know what I mean?
Or
it's
not even in San Diego.
Yeah. So to me, it's they just roll right off my shoulders, to be honest. I don't even think about those. Now, if it was a majority of negative, you know what I mean, then it's like, okay, let's take stock, you know what I mean, and let's see what's going on.
we need to rebalance. What the fuck are we doing out here?
Yeah, but if it's some random Joe Blow that's just like, oh, you guys you're too far away, and it's like, what? You're in Michigan, shut up.
I like your Joe Blow voice. Sounds very Joe Blowish. Whenever you do an impersonation, it's always like, is that typically it's me? Is that what I sound like?
Yeah.
Now you sound like Joe Blow. I'll be like, hold on, are you calling me Joe Blow?
He's silly. Like, that's your Joe Blow.
Yeah, that's it. I'm like, whoa there. That's a Joe Blow voice. So at the end of the day, the way I feel about the whole consumption of social media, even if you're using it as a consumer to go out and buy, it's pretty cool. Everything is balanced. You gotta, health is wealth, and you gotta have a healthy balance of what you consume. And if you go on social media to purchase something, that's pretty fucking cool. That's dope, because it has opened up. Like, we've gotten gifts that we would have never thought about. Yeah. Right? Because we could just type in, perfect gift for somebody 80 years old who has everything.
Yep. And then you get like 1,000 things.
Then all of a sudden you get all these different suggestions. That's healthy. And now if we're just would you say trolling? Just
trolling and scrolling.
Yeah, trolling and scrolling through social media, and then you click in, and then it continues to build your algorithm out, and then now all of a sudden you got this mindset of the way the world is. It's like, yo, that's not the world. Yeah, that's the social media, or that's the ecosystem that you're looking at. Yeah. So there's definitely a difference between the two. So I got to tell you, everything in moderation. Like you said, you don't just wake up and say, I'm going to go shopping today. Yeah. No, go to the outlet. Go be a normal human being. Go to Bloomingdale's, Macy's, whatever, and be a normal human being.
Yeah, real talk. But social media has added another dimension to company and customer relationship. A brand is no longer remote, right? It's not this faceless entity anymore that you only learn about through different kind of publications or through a Google search. Now brands they have networks that help to push and engage their value and push them to the next level, and to show how they actually relate with their audience and their customer. So it's to the next level. I feel like these these brands and these companies now have a different relationship, and it started something different. So it's no longer just the customer and about the company. It's about what all of them can do and bring to help bring in people.
1,000%.
I love that.
I mean, I'm sure you feel like that about our brands and,
yes.
and how people engage with us on social media.
Yes. Whenever I see someone post something about our cafe, it literally brings tears to my eyes. I'm more than humbled and so grateful that, one, they even went to the cafe, and two, that they cared enough to post, or that they appreciated or liked what we did, because everything that's in that cafe we put our heart into. Every single thing is all from our heart. So whenever I see that, I definitely appreciate it. My quote for today is, a brand is no longer what we tell the consumer it is, it's what the consumers tell each other it is. And that's what it is. If a consumer is online and they say, hey, this is some dope ass coffee, it's a dope ass coffee shop, come check it out, then other people will. We're not just trying to plug ourselves this whole but it just seemed appropriate.
I mean, it's what we're going through, and that's and that's the cool thing about this podcast is it's our life and shit. So it's like whatever we talk about is things that we actually been through.
That's true.
So when you look at our social media and you see a lot of the cool things, you will see some ugly shit too. You see people, you be like, oh, like this person's in Missouri.
Not a lot. You got to look for it.
Oh yeah, you got to dig, but it's there.
Yeah. TheMentalBar.com, by the way. You get coffee, tea, and some wellness there. Check us out. I'm just saying, what are you talking about? I'm going to throw it out there. Yes. So I love you, baby.
I love you. Thank you for hanging out with us on this podcast. Thank you for indulging, listening, and we really appreciate you. So if you want to drop a comment, let us know what you're thinking. We're almost at episode 100. So if you're listening to this, we're not quite there yet, but we're almost at episode 100. A lot of new things are coming. So we want to hear more feedback from you. We got a lot of new things that's coming for this year. So we're super excited and we're super grateful for everyone that listens to this podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is Lyfe and Shyt. Do us a favor. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe. Leave a review. Let us know what your thoughts are. That's the only way that this show is going to be successful. And we appreciate you. Talk with you next time.